Hey, what's up? Greg Helbeck here, and this is this week's weekly real estate deal breakdown. And today I'm going to talk about a property that I wholesaled in Greenwood Lake, New York, which is about 10 minutes from here. Actually, 15, 20 minutes from here. And the address was 11 Woods Road in Greenwood Lake, New York. And the way that we found the property was a realtor referral. And we wholesaled the house. So if you'd like to know about that, enjoy this video. If you're not familiar with me, my name is Greg Helbeck, bought and sold well over 100 properties at this point, probably like 125. I don't really keep count anymore. However, my goal on these videos is to be helpful and to provide legitimate information to people so they can actually take it and apply it, right? So if you get value from this video today, if you could subscribe to my channel and like the video, it would really mean a lot to me. So if you really get value, I know it takes all of 1 second to subscribe, like the channel or like the video, and then you get notifications when I put new videos out a few times a week. So with all that being said, 11 Woods Road, Greenwood Lake, New York. So realtor referral, property was beat up. Seller didn't live there, moved out of there. They went to go move in with their daughter, et cetera, et cetera. And I believe we ended up getting the property for $250. Yes, $250 purchase price. Pretty good area. Property needed a big rehab. Needed like $100,000 rehab, maybe a little bit less, but 100 to be safe. Found a buyer through my buddy Mendel. Mendel, you're the man. Mendel Hodakov, great guy if you're in the Hudson Valley or in the city. Anyway, found a buyer for $275, so about a $25,000 gross profit. Mendel made some money. There were some closing costs, so ended up shaking out to be, I don't know, like $20,000, whatever. They had like $20,000 or something like that after fees and whatnot. And at the end of the day, here's a lesson that I learned on this property, all right? Number one, there was less demand than I thought. I thought I was going to blow this house out of the water and have multiple bidders and create a kickoff bidding war, etc. That was not the case. I had basically one buyer here, and he was willing to pay one price, $275. So when you're wholesaling a house, especially in this market that's changing, depending on when you're watching this, you need to know who has the leverage. In this case, the buyer never knew until we closed, but he was the only buyer I had, right? So he could have, in theory, offered me like a $5,000 assignment fee, and I probably would have taken it, right? Because $5,000 is better than nothing. But obviously, I didn't say that to the buyer. That'd be insane. So you got to understand who has the leverage, right? And I didn't want to close on this property because it needed way too much work. I didn't want to do the project myself. So really, I was depending on a buyer. At the end of the day, if you're a wholesaler, if you're able to close and willing to close, you're in a huge advantage, okay? If you're a wholesaler and you can't close, you're at a huge disadvantage. If you're at a wholesale and you have one buyer and that's it, disadvantage. If you're a wholesaler, you have 7 buyers who want the same property, obviously you're in a big advantage. So you got to know as a wholesaler when to posture up and when to be reasonable. In this case, I was reasonable, still made a good profit, but there was really only one buyer for this property, and it was a repeat buyer who bought a property from me in Newburgh earlier in the year and made a bunch of money on it, so he obviously knows that I provide him good deals. But that was number one. It was, you got to know where you're at with the buyer. And number two, this property, we made a mistake. We originally got it under contract for too much money. And after seeing the property, we needed a price reduction because the house just needed way too much work. And we were able to get a reasonable price reduction. So don't give a price reduction for the seller just for the hell of it. If you're going to renegotiate, you have to make sure you have a justifiable reason to renegotiate, whether there's no profit baked in or the repairs are beat up. But don't just renegotiate to renegotiate. You have to renegotiate only if you absolutely need to. In this case, we needed to. And that's the deal. 11 Woods, right? Great deal. Made some money. Everyone, got really what they wanted. And that's a real deal from the trenches. Greenwood Lake, New York. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it and you like this video, once again, subscribe to my channel. Like the video. If you're interested in getting coached by me on how to do these deals consistently and do monster deals and grow your business, send me an email with the subject line coaching. Greg@velocityhousebuyers.com. If you want a JV with me, if you're in the Hudson Valley or you're in Delaware, you want a JV deals with me, or you want to sell me properties if you're a wholesaler, email me, Greg@velocityhousebuyers.com, and I'll see you on the next REI deal breakdown video. Take care.